Hello, friend. This is Ryan Hicks of TalkToProfit.com, and today I want to talk to you about reselling and the reseller mindset and becoming the best success you can in reselling. So I'm going to talk to you about any platform you can talk about pretty much: eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, Etsy, Depop. I want to help you and answer your questions. I've been reselling for over 20 years, decades, and I've done very well, sold hundreds of thousands of items over the years. But the first thing I want to address is something that's going on right now at this moment. There's a lot of drama, and this happens every now and then where there's drama in the reselling world. This particular drama involves DailyRefinement and RockStar Flipper. I'm not going to discuss what is being alleged against each other or whatever is going on there. I'm going to address people's reactions to it. I've seen people, and I've had people come up to me, "What do you think about this?" And they start repeating rumors and speculations against one person or the other. It doesn't matter which side they're on. And I tell them the same thing. You're not making one single penny from talking about this, from thinking about this, from meditating on this, from getting involved in the drama, from picking a side. You're making no money at all. Why are you doing this? Too often resellers can get their minds completely warped and going off in scattered directions. Get yourself back focused on your business. Don't get focused on other people's dramas, other people's arguments or whatever, or people who are taking sides one way or the other. I say this so many times on my channel, but it's so important for people to note. Just because you're presented with two options doesn't mean you have to pick either one of them. They might both be wrong. They might both be right. Maybe there's some correctness in both of them. Who knows? The point is, you're not making any money by choosing sides. You're not making any money by fighting and arguing with one another, saying this person's bad or that person's bad. Get back to your business. Get focused on the things that matter. Focus on the things that actually make your business grow and you become a greater success in life. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Now, I want to get into a question somebody asked about an issue they had on eBay. They were complaining about how they have problems on eBay. eBay's just not fair to them because they had a case closed without seller resolution. The buyer was scamming them. That's what they said. So they're complaining about how unfair eBay is. But the thing is, they didn't provide the proper customer service. The case was closed without their resolution. It means they did not make a proper resolution for that issue. And so I explained to them how I've had people in the past where I sold like a robot vacuum before. And the person said it didn't work when they got it. Okay, things can happen and get damaged in the mail or whatever. So I received it back. The serial number didn't match. Now, how did I know the serial number didn't match the original one I sent them? Well, because from my Amazon days, having experienced that in the past, where people would buy a brand new camera from you and then return their old camera, the same model, but a different broken one, I always kept a track of serial numbers, and I would take pictures of them and put them in listings on eBay. And on Amazon, I kept track of the serial numbers because if there was ever an issue, I would contact Amazon. They reimbursed me for it. And eBay was the same way. When I had this person return this different, it was the same model and everything, but it didn't work. It was a junk one, the different serial number. eBay reimbursed me in full. I didn't wait for the case to close without my resolution. I contacted eBay. I explained what happened. I showed them the pictures. I said, you can check my listing. You can see the serial number. This is the serial number of the one I have. And it got resolved quickly and easily. But you know why? Because I didn't let it get to the point where it got closed without my resolution, providing poor customer service. Because eBay is, you got to understand, they're a neutral party in this between the customer, the buyer, and the seller. They don't know who sent what. They don't know that you sent them a good item and the buyer returned back a different item. So they have to go by the person's track record. And my experience with them has been that they will find in your favor if you do the right things. Now, yes, if you waited and let the case close without your resolution, why would they trust you? You've already proven bad customer service. Even if the buyer was trying to scam you, as you claim, that may be possible. I'm not denying that. But you didn't even give eBay a chance to work it out in your favor. And now you have this black mark on your account that you can only get a couple of. This is not something to play around with. You don't let cases go without seller resolution. You can get your account suspended real quickly for that. It's one of the big no-nos on eBay. But it could have been solved easily if you would have contacted them. And if you have good customer service, they can see from your track record, from how you do things, how quickly you ship, the years you've been on eBay, your track record will prove you're an honest and reliable person. And they'll often find your favor. Actually, in my experience, they always find your favor. But it's very rare I have to call them for anything like that. And I do the right things. So when it does require me to get them involved, they're not looking at I treated the customer poorly, or I was arguing with them, or something like that. They saw I provided good customer service. I was prompt. I was polite. I was courteous. I tried to get it resolved as quickly as possible. The customer did something wrong, and eBay finds in my favor. So listen, I feel for you if a buyer was trying to take advantage of you. That is a really bad situation. But you made some fatal mistakes there by not resolving it, by not contacting eBay to get it resolved before it closed without seller resolution. That pretty much made it all your fault. Even though the buyer was wrong, even though the buyer did wrong, the way you handled it was so poor that it made it become all your fault. And this is important as a reseller to take this mindset. And this is not just reselling, this is business in general and life in general. You need to take responsibility for the things going on in your life. There are often ways to make things go better in your favor, but you have to make those choices. If you make bad choices, or you just fail to make a choice, which is a choice, and you let the case close without seller resolution because you failed to make any choice, it's going to be problematic for you, and it could lead to you getting your account suspended. So I want to encourage you today, be on top of your customer service, returns, things like that. Don't just let them go and get closed without seller resolution. Take care of your customers, treat them fairly, be honest with them. They'll be honest with you most of the time anyway. And as I said, don't get caught up in drama. You know, the current drama is the thing people are talking about now. Maybe tomorrow will be something different. Next week or next month will be something different. Soon people will be complaining about eBay fees or Macari did this or somebody, you know, there are always people that are going to be in drama and complaining and whining about eBay, whining about Macari, whining about Poshmark, whining about whatever. You need to be the person that is actually getting up and going and taking some action and doing things. If you're spending all your time, and I get that many resellers are watching and listening to these things in the background, they're not actually actively paying attention to them. But still, do you want to keep filling your heart and mind with people complaining and whining and boo-hooing all day? Or do you want to be filling your mind with things that are good, that are lovely, that bring about better results in your life? And listen, people telling you that sales are down, people telling you the economy's bad, people telling you eBay's having all these problems, all those things will drag you down. It doesn't help you any. If you're on eBay enough, you know when there's a problem already. You don't need somebody to whine for 30 minutes about it. These platforms are massive. They have millions of customers on them. There are problems that come up sometimes. It's still better than the alternative of going out on the corner and trying to sell your wares. So rise up above that, get above the drama of the day, get above the people whining about this problem on that platform over here, or the fees are going up over here, or this is bad, or I don't want to promote because it costs too much money, or I can't afford it. You have to cut out those voices and start listening to voices that will lift you up. Listen, there are voices that are positive. There are voices of people that are uplifting, and they will build you up in your reselling business. They want to help you. That's one of the voices I want to be, is to help people. I don't want to come on here and tell you, here's this bad news story. Here's this drama piece. Here's this thing over here. I don't want to tell you that stuff. It doesn't help you any. And the people who are whining and battling each other and fighting each other over stuff, they're not getting anything done. I want you to become ultra productive. I want you to be the most successful you possibly can be on whatever platform you choose to sell on. So my friend, I encourage you today, get out there and do more. If you're maybe getting a little lazy, a little soft, you're letting yourself get by with not listening, you're letting yourself get by with, maybe I'll go sourcing tomorrow. Get out there and do it. Stop putting things off. Stop going and spending hours of your day in drama, in discord, and fighting and arguing with other people. Get to your business. Get at it. And watch as you become a great success. My friend, please post questions that you might have about any reselling platform, any questions you might have, issues you have going on. Post them below and I will answer them in another video or maybe in the questions themselves. And make sure to share this with other resellers. You know, I know as a reseller that there's not a whole lot of information out there that's positive and upbeat. There's so much of it that is just dragging down. It's just discord. It's just arguing. It's just fighting. And that's not what we want. So if you know other resellers who would benefit from this, who would be blessed by this, who would be blessed to have a community of people who are high vibration, that are focused on the good, that are positive, then make sure to share this video with them so it can be a blessing for them. My friend, I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.